Hey everybody, what's up? Been thinking about what to talk about. If you have any questions or something pops in your mind, if you've listened to any of my other videos, please tell me. I love to talk about stuff. Obviously, you're probably one of me, you like it too. But I offer you a little bit more because I'm probably a little bit older and I'm guessing I have more experience. Even if you're older than me, I've had a very challenging life, I guess, for different things, different reasons. So I'm pretty happy with who I am right now. So when I listen to some of these INFJ things, I usually like to just kind of throw my opinion in there because I don't have a negative slant for most of it. Some of the negative qualities, I'll own it. I'm intense, I overthink, all that good stuff that we're accustomed to. I have some little hacks I've learned for some of that. But today we're going to talk about what I think is probably the heaviest. And I think I'm going to want to talk about it more than once because I don't like these to be too long. These videos, I have a short attention span. I don't know if you do too. I know I have a friend that's an INFJ and she's mentioned with reading, she doesn't like things that are pretty wordy. It's funny because I think I'm wordy. But I feel that way too. I don't want to get that deep into something. I like dabbing, a little this, a little that, blah 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 blah. Even my happiest jobs have never been doing one thing. Man, if you want to just suck the life out of me, have me do one thing, and I'll bail almost immediately. But we're talking about, again, we didn't even start it yet. Here we go. This is heavy. It's heavy for me as an empathetic person, much like yourself. The door slam. In quotes, because that's not how I think of it. Heavy, heavy, heavy. It's heavy. I don't recommend giving up on people easily. You kind of come to the point where, now let's take the most extreme example of family member, okay? Because that's going to hurt the most. So we're going to talk about that. I don't know if I'll get into friends in this video. I hope so, but family, that hurts. That hurts. The door slam. I've threatened to do it, but in the end I couldn't go through with it, and here's why. Because, this might be, you could probably relate to this as an INFJ. I could see the future. I could see the future if I carried that slam out. It meant more unhappiness for me. So sometimes you're going to find yourself in that position. Somebody's going to hurt you. And I don't mean just once either. I'm talking serial hurt, And if that's happening to you, the way I want you to think about it is that as hard as it is to hear, that's the best that they can do. Whoever it is that's you feel is hurting you. I know it sucks to hear. Doesn't mean it's your fault. Certainly not. But you have to accept that that's the best they can do. So when you think about that person, and you think about ostracizing them, okay, like no more of you, you have to take into consideration how you're going to feel as the years go on. How are you going to feel when they get some kind of serious illness? How are you going to feel something really bad happens to them? Or if they get hurt, someone they love dies. Really think about it. Use that long-term thinking that we do to save yourself from future pain, from having cut yourself off from someone. Now, because of my studies in metaphysics, I study everything you can't see, and that includes people that have passed over. It includes lots of things, past lives, things like that. So we have connections with people. So before you go and sever them in what might be an ugly way, really have to think, okay? And I'm trying to protect you right now. I don't care about that other person. I'm talking about you. I'm pretending you're my client, because I'm a counselor. I'm protecting you from the guilt and the pain that you might feel if you take that road to having cut them out. Because you're so sensitive, you feel more deeply than others, you know that. And because of your empathy, I've talked about that before, we'll continue to talk about it. It's a big part of who you are. You have to take into consideration, other people can ostracize their family members, cast them out, whatever, just say, I'm never going to speak to you again and see you. Maybe they can get away with it because they don't go as deep as you do. But what your empathy is going to do is it's going to keep putting you in the position of that family member that hurt you. It's not just going to happen now. It's going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And I don't want you to have that inside of you, okay? Because you just don't want those feelings and those thoughts of guilt. They're very damning, and they carry out and they manifest as illnesses and so forth. So I don't want that to happen to you. So now, if that's the case, I'm asking you to be very careful with that. Well, you know what? We're going to deal with family because we're already like 8 minutes in. I want to do a friend one later. Friend video. Because I could talk about that. But it's going to be a different talk. But still important. So now we're just sticking with family. So what do you do? What do you do? I'm saying be very careful about casting them out of your life because I'm worried about the way your brain operates, the way my brain operates as an INFJ. So in my personal case, what I had to determine was it's going to hurt me more if I avoid this person for the rest of my life. It would definitely hurt me more. And believe me, this person was a great candidate. And many, many other personality types would have let them go a long time ago, okay? But I want to tell you what I did instead. And this actually works for the friend thing too. It looks a little different, but same principle. What you're going to do is you're only going to see, in parentheses, deal with them on your own terms. On your own terms. Very important. Because you are in charge. You're in control. And it's going to make you feel good because you know why you're doing it. And the way that I handled that is also why I'm a pretty happy person. And I came from deep long-term depression. I haven't even told you about that. So when I'm speaking to you, I was there. I was really there. And now I am not, and I haven't been for a very long time, which is why I feel compelled to speak. So the way I handled this issue with the family member is the way that I've handled many things in my life. And I'm coming out on top of pretty much everything that I'm concerned about or interested in my life because of my attitude. So the way I handled the person is I had to dig really deep. Dig deep. Because I know that you had something with this person. You got something with them. You may have other people in common that you both love, and you probably have memories of that you share with them. Or you might have had times before things got bad. Let's say that's an ex of some kind. You might share children. Those would be those little hearts, the children. These hearts are, let's say, your parents or family members that you have in common. You have something that brought you together, because some of the reason why they're in your life is destiny. Even the difficult people, you brought them into your life to make a better you. Your experiences with this person have been difficult, but it's made a better you, and you have to dig down deep and find that reason. You know, INFJs, we talk about reasons. We need reasons. I do. So believing that they were there was the first step. And then I had to dig deep and look for them. And you're going to have to do that too. Find out how you have served each other. And then place your gratitude in it. I know it's difficult. I can hear it already. I can see it in my head. You guys have a lot of issues with a lot of people. I get it. I had some horrible things myself. I don't even really want to talk about them. But now I see this person in the amount that it brings me joy. Yep, that's how deep I dug. And also under the circumstances that bring me joy. So it might be for you, for example, it might be a family reunion once a year. Before you go, dig deep, find the reasons, have your gratitude, see how they were of service to you, even if they were a jerk your whole life and they gave you patience or taught you what you don't want to be. Maybe you had a parent and they taught you what you don't want to be, and then now you're a better parent. That would be a reason, okay? That would be why you can tolerate them under certain terms, your terms. That's what's giving you the power right here. I'm telling you, it's easier than what they're calling the door slam, which again, I understand, all right? Now the friend video, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to talk about the door slam with them too, because I have a lot of examples. I'm going to give you more specifics, because I know those people are never going to see this. All right. I know it's a hard thing to ask. That's why I'm having so much trouble with this. But for most of you, okay, not everyone, most of you are going to find that you're going to be unhappier down the road if you do 100% goodbye to that person. And from a metaphysical standpoint, I'm just going to throw it in there. Sometimes if you have, let's say you incarnated with another person that, and you were meant to be difficult to each other, by the way, that's what a lot of soulmates are. Total misnomer, or misunderstanding, not a misnomer. Misunderstanding about soulmates. Soulmates are there to test you. So let's say you incarnate with one of them and you do the quote-unquote door slam. Guess what? Next time you're together, you're picking up where you left off. So there's some real reasons behind what I'm asking you to do. I'm not just asking you to be a doormat. I'm doing this for you. Right now I don't have the focus with the other person, and I feel like I'm working with you. And I'm saying just be careful, okay? Because you have some other issues around this. And I have a very large, broad view. I'm the quintessential INFJ. My view is so broad because I have these other understandings of what happens after you're dead, and you incarnate with that person again, your ex, and you go for another go round to finish what you started. So even if you don't believe in that, I can still tell you, you have the guilt issue and the empathy and the sensitivity, And that can cause you a lot of pain in your future if you cut them out. So I'm saying spend less time with them. And then dig deep. And then remember that they gave you something. Even if it wasn't pretty. They made you better in some way. That'd be your reason. And then when you see them, whatever you deem appropriate, because you're in charge, you're in power, whatever you deem appropriate, where you can still have pleasantries, then you do that. I don't care if you see each other once a year, It's so much better than slamming them. And that's it. You have something to say. I read your comments. I appreciate it. And I like seeing you guys talk together too. But if you want me to expand on anything, let me know. Maybe I'll be inspired by something you say. All right? Thank you guys. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. This was a heavy one. I usually like to laugh in my videos. I didn't get to laugh too much. Maybe at the friend one. The friend door slam. That'll probably be more fun for me. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.